Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Carmen, and today I'm going to teach you how to scale your digital agency or freelancing business much faster than you already are. Last night I had a mastermind here in my office with a few of my entrepreneur friends, and we're discussing a few different ways that we're going to scale up our businesses and what we have used in the past to keep that going. So I wanted to share that with you in this video, beginning with raising your rates. I think it's one of the fastest ways to start making more revenue, more income in any kind of business. And you don't necessarily have to be a digital agency. You can be a freelancer or any kind of service business. And if you raise your rates, you're instantly increasing your revenue. Now, I believe that you should set a schedule for increasing your rates, such as every 6 to 12 months, but for specific reasons. One would be a better portfolio. Maybe you started working with bigger companies, so you start charging a premium because big companies and household brands don't just work with anybody. They're going to work with people that can follow very strict guidelines, that produce good results, and that are actually worth their money. Now, as well, you might have more case studies, more testimonials. Your skill genuinely gets better. That's a big one. And essentially, you want to be increasing your rates on a regular basis, but for very specific reasons. And it should actually have a ROI and a real value for the client. And as you begin raising your rates, it's also going to change the type of client you work with, because if you're used to people that try to lowball you and try to reduce your rates, when you suddenly start charging double, triple that, really only serious businesses are going to come to you. For example, I do copywriting and content writing for my clients, so my rates are pretty high compared to a lot of writers. So when businesses come to me, and these are ink companies or very big names, they pretty much respect and already understand the service, the ROI, how it works, so they're willing to pay a premium to have something really good do that, versus a lot of businesses that don't really truly understand the value and ROI, and that's why they're trying to get really cheap deals, and they're pretty difficult to work with anytime you get one of those clients that try to lowball you. So as you raise your rates, you're also going to be changing the companies you work with. Secondly is time management, because as your business grows, the things you have to do every day are going to change. You're going to have more things to do, more priorities. And if your time management isn't already good, it's just going to get exposed as your business scales. So one thing I want you to think about is the 80-20 rule. It's also known as Pareto's principle, which says that 80% of the results come from 20% of the things we do. So for your agency, maybe it's blogging, outbound sales, and networking, for example. Well, what we want to do is start focusing more on those things. And you can simply just go back in time, go through your analytics, start just looking at your business and where you get leads and customers from. And you might start thinking, hey, I'm spending too much time on email and Twitter and these little things that are taking up too much time, when really you should be doing those things that actually drive the bottom line. Similarly, I like using something called the PI framework. So this stands for potential, importance, and effort. Now, this framework's pretty cool because it allows you to quantify the tasks in your business and figure out exactly what you should be doing. So here's how it works. Look at the spreadsheet on the screen right now. Pretty much you're going to make a little spreadsheet with columns for potential, importance, and effort. So what's the potential of any given task? Well, that's going to be its potential to drive bottom line, leads, and actually grow the business. Now, how important is that for your business? Is it urgent? Is it a big part of your branding? And then finally, effort is the amount of energy that you and your team actually have to put into this. So what I want you to do is to grade each one through 3. So you can look at this spreadsheet, and then the fourth column will be those numbers added up. The higher the number, the more of a priority that task is. And very quickly, you've quantified all the things in your business that matter, and you now know what to actually focus on versus others. Thirdly, I want you to think about outsourcing and building a team, because unless you want to remain as just a freelancer or a solopreneur, you can't do everything yourself. You do have to outsource and build a team and get some experts to help you. And actually advise that if you're newer to freelancing or building an agency, that you don't outsource right away, because you want to learn the process of working with a client, deliverables, creating content guidelines if you're a content writer like me, templates and systems, because then you can hand those off to somebody and they can just do it themselves, versus you start outsourcing too early. You can actually have a lot of weak points, and it's almost like the time management thing I was talking about, where if you don't manage your time well, and then you start scaling, that will get exposed. So just to begin, do it yourself, and then start using something like Upwork or Freelancer, where you can kind of just easily, quickly outsource things and understand how it is to actually hire somebody and work with them and train them. And then once you get it really down, you can start hiring contractors and fleshing out a really solid team, maybe even hiring physical employees depending what you're doing. Last but not least, for scaling your agency is just adding additional products and services. It's kind of like the first point I talked about with raising your rates. If you're adding more services and products, it's a great way just to pretty quickly start increasing how much revenue you generate. So for example, with me, I mainly do copywriting, but I also do content writing, strategy consulting, SEO, and in rare cases, I might even design a website or two. So this allows me to just have a wider skill set and be able to generate that much more revenue versus just sticking to one thing. And granted, content writing and copywriting is like 90% of what I do, but I do have the skill set and the systems and the templates to do other things. I also sell books on copywriting, marketing, and business, and I also have courses for sale right now, along with some free ones. If you want to get those, they'll be in the description of this video. So what I want you to do is to start thinking of some complementary things you can offer. So for example, maybe you're a web designer. You could probably start doing maybe like user experience auditing and consulting, maybe like UI design, things like that, right? If you do SEO, start offering more content and web design stuff. So start thinking about your main service and then branching off. What do your clients need? What do they ask about? And then you can start generating more revenue doing that. Now, as well, don't just do services. Start thinking about products. Courses are so easy to start with platforms like Thinkific and Teachable. I use them, and I really like them. You can use Amazon's platform for selling ebooks. It's actually easier than ever to start adding on digital products. But overall, if you want to scale your agency, I would say some of the big things to think about right now: raising your rates, adding on more products and services, being really good with time management, and building a team. So go check out the description if you want to get some free courses and templates. Check out my blog, or just connect with me. If you haven't subscribed already, do that, and let me know in the comments what videos you'd like to see. But I'll catch you in the next video.